nation together. Oh, yeah, Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. Now more than ever before, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. Again, we have a unique opportunity to talk using social media and the radio to connect. My name is Kem Jones, and I'm happy to be here with you again to be on that journey where we can learn, where we can know more together. I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. And I want to start off the program in a real way this morning by saying there are some people who want to see bad things happen in this country. Because when bad things happen, they thrive, they make money, they survive. This morning, I was listening to the Plead Your Cause program on WFM, and a well-known NNP activist called in, and he's normally on another radio program pushing the NNP agenda. And he's upset with the law that the NDC administration passed regarding gun possession of illegal firearms. Once you're caught with it, the penalties are tough. So he's upset, he's pissed, and he's now speaking about the unconstitutionality of the law. And if it happens to your child or your family or somebody like that, then you will be upset and you'll be angry. So it's happening to other people, so it's no problem. Words to that effect. And I laughed, but it dawned on me that these people want bad news. They want bad things to happen to Grenada. So we have seen in the last how many months, so many people caught with illegal firearms. And kudos to the Royal Grenada Police Force. They're doing a fantastic job, an excellent job, and they're getting results. So many of these people, when they're caught with the illegal firearms, they're going straight to Richmond Hill Prison on remand, right? They're remanded and they are denied bail at the magistrate court. So they would have to find money somewhere and fight it before a judge. But this NNP activist, and it's coming from the NNP camp, they are angry that the police is solving crimes and they are catching the people with illegal firearms and they are sent to jail. So we are safer in this country. We are safer in this country because of the law and because of the investigative work the police is doing. They are solving crime, they are preventing crime, they're on the ball. But lo and behold, you have these people who are pundits of the NNP, surrogates of the NNP, out there being angry, they vex. that this law is tough, and maybe I can find this law, well, the debate in the parliament, a little piece of that, and share it with you. But here it is. He's not speaking in isolation. He heard on the news Jerry Edwin making certain statements that they intend to challenge this law. So as a result, this political nincompoop who supports the NNP then goes on the Plead Your Cause program and start running that same line. These guys, they are not knowledgeable, right? In other words, they cannot think for themselves. They have to wait for some lawyer or somebody to speak, to grab something and go on another program and bum the gum about it, right? So let me see here.
The Firearms Amendment Bill, aimed at increasing penalties for firearm-related offences, coincides with changes to the Criminal Procedure Code, which now prohibits magistrates from granting bail to individuals charged under the Act. Leader of Government Business, Philip Telesford, emphasised that the bill, which includes mandatory sentences ranging from 5 to 40 years and fines up to $100,000, is designed to enhance public safety. However, these stringent measures have faced substantial opposition from the legal community, raising concerns about their constitutionality. MP for the town of St. George, Attorney Peter David, speaking on behalf of the Grenada Bar Association, highlighted a similar approach in Trinidad and Tobago that failed to yield the desired results and called for more comprehensive consultation with those directly involved in addressing gun crimes.
I'm saying that in Trinidad they went on the same path. More weapons, harsher sentences, and the crime has continued to increase in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm saying this to say, my brothers and sisters, there are root causes of crime, and all of us must come together to solve these root causes. The Bar Association has invited you to discuss these root causes. The Bar Association has said we have a committee that includes the priests, that includes the private sector, that includes the labor movement, that includes people who act as magistrates. Let us sit together with all of these people to discuss what are the fundamental underlying roots of crime. Not just passing legislation to hang people for crime.
Conversely, MP for St. John, Karine James, supported the bill, citing successful regional examples where tighter bail conditions have led to a decline in gun-related crimes.
This measure is crucial for preventing reoffending and ensuring that integrity of our judicial process, much like the successful modules observed in Barbados and the Bahamas, where strict bail conditions have contributed to more controlled handling of gun-related cases. And, Mr. Speaker, if I am to play devil's advocate based on the sentiments that was expressed by my colleague member through you on the opposite side, the word on the street is, Mr. Speaker, that had it or had bail not been granted for some of our victims of gun-related crimes in the past weeks, most of them might have been alive today.
Prime Minister and Minister for National Security, Deacon Mitchell, defended the government's position, noting that recommendations to strengthen firearms laws have been under consideration since 2013.
So there's something called Caribbean Firearms Roadmap from since 2013, of which the then administration was part of which a focal point had been appointed to address this very issue of the state of Grenada's legislation in relation to firearms. Report prepared under their administration, and I don't want to misquote them, Mr. Speaker, so bear with me, let me find the report. The report clearly required the strengthening of Grenada's firearms legislation across the board. So this amendment, Mr. Speaker, on sentencing is just a start.
The Firearms Amendment Bill will be debated in the Upper House Wednesday, with the amendment.
Right, so it was passed. So that bill was passed, and you know that there are tougher laws in place for people caught with illegal firearms. You go straight to jail. the magistrate cannot grant you bail. You go straight to jail and, you're remanded there, and you would have your day in court. The penalty, I think, is up to what? It's up to 40 years in prison. Yeah, up to 40 years in prison. What the minimum is how much? Is it 20 years or something like that? Yeah. So you have NNP pundits and NNP surrogates, supporters calling programs because this thing is hitting home. Because in their circle, a lot of criminals exist within their circle. Some of those NNP pundits and surrogates, a lot of criminals exist around them, and they are being arrested for illegal firearms and thrown into jail, and they face up to 40 years in prison. So they're getting upset, they're angry. You see, what they want in this country is bad things to happen. They want gun violence to be on the rise. Right now, by the time a person whisper gun, the police, whatever technology they have, they're able to deal with these people. They're catching them, they're arresting them, and they're throwing them in jail. And I love that. They're finding them because the police, they have the intel, they have their people on the ground, they have the technology to find you. Because, you know, Grenadians, they're boastful, they have some gun, they have bullets and so on, and they're happy. So they talking, they rah-rahing and so on, which is a good thing for the police. When they talk, then the news gets to the police and they arrest them, they get the gun, they get everything, and they send them to jail. I am saying that's a good thing. So Jerry Edwin, this guy is, to me, a clown. All right? To me, he's a clown. So Jerry Edwin made certain pronouncements recently.
The legislation, which came into effect in August 2024, has faced significant criticism from legal minds. Attorney Jerry Edwin, who has been vocal on this matter, pointed out that the amendments impose stringent penalties and remove critical judicial discretion.
A number of lawyers have sat down, looked at this law, and
Jerry, who the hell care about the lawyers and who sat down and looked at this law? Who cares about that? We care about our safety in this country. We don't care about the lawyers looking down and sitting down and looking at the law. What's wrong with this guy?
and its constitutional deficiencies are glaring. So we will be challenging that law
And so
on the
what?
disproportionate nature, even of the penalties that the new law proposes, up to 40 years.
And so what?
A heinous crime like rape has a maximum offense of 30 years.
Right, an advocate for a rape conviction to have a maximum of 40 years. Advocate for that to be increased. But don't tell me that you all intend to challenge this gun law because of what? Its constitutionality and blah, 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 blah. No. Grenadians are safer in this place. When you arrest these people, throw them in jail. It could be my brother, it could be my cousin, it could be any family member of mine. Throw them in jail as long as they're caught with an illegal weapon. Dump them in jail, no bail. Because I would not have an illegal firearm. I have sense enough to know that. I would never do that. Throw them in jail.
Possession, mere possession, 5 years. To go as high as 40 years. Disproportionate entirely.
One of the most contentious changes is the removal of a magistrate's power to grant bail for firearm-related offenses, transferring that authority solely to the High Court.
Yes, and that's a good thing because in the magistrate's court, a lot of stupidness has happened from time to time. All right? So bring it before a judge. That's a good thing. Let them find the money. All right? You see, Jerry doesn't stand a chance before a judge. They see Jerry as a clown, in my belief. If I have a matter, you think I'm gonna bring it before Jerry Edwin? You're joking. Who that?
Additionally, the legislation allows High Court judges to direct magistrates on bail decisions, a provision that has been labeled as problematic.
First, a High Court judge cannot, by law, instruct a magistrate. A magistrate, the magistracy is established according to specific statute. This immunizes the magistrate from instruction by the High Court judge.
Yeah, so you see, this guy is a lunatic, in my belief, because the elected members of parliament, they have the authority to pass a bill and make it into law. So it becomes an act. So just as he's saying, well, the magistracy is established by statute, and a judge cannot instruct a magistrate, that kind of thing. The members of parliament can pass laws. They can amend laws. They can pass laws. They pass the bill, and then it becomes an act, and then it's ascended to, it's signed by the Governor General. It becomes a law. So you can't usurp the authority. You can't take the authority away from them, right?
Yet the law, the amended Firearms Act, says in Section 3 that the High Court judge can, in effect, violate the laws that establish the magistracy.
No. What it says is that the judge is the one to give or grant bail, not the magistrate. So the magistrate has to pass the matter onto the judge, onto the High Court. Just like a lot of matters that have to go onto the High Court. It may pass through the magistrate's court, but you can't really get a judgment at the magistrate's court. You have to go up to the High Court. You see, this guy believes that he's smart. He's not smart. He comes in the media and he talks rubbish. So they intend to challenge that law. But the Grenadian people are safe. We have been hearing and seeing reports coming from the police, over and over again, of people who are arrested for illegal firearms. And that's a good thing. Give the Royal Grenada Police Force thumbs up. They're doing a fantastic job, a great job, right? Commissioner Randy Connaught, you're doing a fantastic job. In fact, there are more police now in the community. Community policing is back. That's a good thing. I've been seeing photos of them, videos of them engaging people in the community. People feel safer that way. So kudos to you, Randy Connaught, your acting commissioner of police. Big up your whole self and the entire Royal Grenada Police Force. You are doing a fantastic job. The people are feeling safer in your hands. And because of the law passed by the NDC administration, you have more authority. Arrest them, drag them before the court, and dump them in the jail. What you doing with a gun? A gun was made to kill. But here it is. What make me laugh the most is this piece that I saw with Jerry Edwin, right? Where he's calling for more protection. So while it's great, we want the magistrates and the judges and, the people in the judiciary to be safe and protection. But here this guy.
So we are urging, let me say I'm speaking on behalf, I am sure, of all 5 or 6 members of the criminal bar active in the High Court. Can the authorities please ensure the protection of our judges, our DPPs, our crown counsels, and our lawyers at the criminal bar?
His comments came mere weeks after attorney Randall Hector was shot dead on December 31st while walking to his car in neighboring Trinidad. Hector was well known for collaborating with the Strategic Service Agency, an elite unit within the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Edwin says his murder sent shockwaves through the legal fraternity, particularly those participating at the criminal bar.
We learned of an attorney on the last day of the year who was
Right. So we know that Edwin. So Edwin is frightened, right? The judges, they're well protected. The magistrates are well protected. And lawyers. But Edwin seemed to be frightened. All right. But here it is. Grenada is a very peaceful place. Grenada is not Trinidad. And Grenada would never become Trinidad. Never. You see this small place? The police, they have the intel in nearly every circles. All right? And you see that smartphone you have there? You know, you would be talking about, let's say, house construction. And you go on Facebook and you go on Instagram and you see a whole pile of things start to pop up about house construction. Maybe you're talking about cannabis and you go on your phone and within minutes it start popping up. You didn't go and search for cannabis on the phone. But we are living in the day and age of AI, technology, artificial intelligence, and there are technology out here that law enforcement can use to get you. So I'm happy and I want to congratulate the police. They are doing their work and they are doing their work with excellence and with great results. Great results. So keep it up. Keep it up. You know, this morning, I had to talk about it because this morning I heard this NNP activist talking about the constitutionality of this law and that needs to be challenged and all kind of rubbish. Look, Grenadians are safer. This place is a peaceful place. Very, very peaceful. And you could say what you want about the Royal Grenada Police Force. They have been doing a damn good job. A wonderful job. Crime is down. They're catching more people with firearms. And maybe you could get the statistics of how much firearms they remove from the streets, because it's a lot. And ammunition, bullets, and so on. They have been doing a very, very good job. I'm not saying that all of them, they are perfect. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that the Royal Grenada Police Force, they are doing a fantastic job and they need to be commended. And you need to give them the kind of laws so that they can do the work. Give them the tools. You see all the police stations, they're upgrading them, fixing them, modernizing them. The police, they're getting pay and grade very soon. So once they get in a better salary, you know stuff they're working. Yeah? Keep it up. You're doing a good job. You're doing a fantastic job. And when you arrest them, people and them with illegal firearms, make sure that the proper thing is done. So they go before the magistrate court and up in the jail they go in, straight up, on a remand. So if you know you have an illegal firearm, hand it up. Hand it up. Find some way to hand it in. All right? Find some way. Call somebody, some lawyer or whoever you want to call. Find some way to hand it in. Yes, the amnesty period done already, but still find some way to hand it in. There are ways and means to do so. Still find some way. Because if they catch you with any illegal firearm, you're going to jail on remand, no damn bail for you. And you stand a chance of staying in jail. I'm not a remand, the real big jail for 40 years and 30 years and so on. You hear me? So hand it in. Find some way to do it. You have some of those lawyers who have a lot of criminal elements around them. Right? Yeah, that's why that's what's going on. A lot of them lawyers, some of them. Some. And then you have some of those NNP activists and pundits. They start to speak up against it because why? They're friends who have illegal firearms and so on. They're arresting them and they're throwing them in jail. They're going in jail. Deal with it. Grenada is a nice place, a safe place. The law should be even tougher. It should be 50 years. What are you doing with a gun? A gun was made to kill. That's what it was made to do. To kill you. To kill people. What you doing with a gun? Throw them in jail. Throw them in jail. Right. So we deal with that. I want to deal with another thing now. There are people who are using their platforms to spread a lot of misinformation, a lot of lies, and it's catching up with them. So this woman, I think they call her Jenny, from Jenny Simon or whatever, she has a program, right? Some kind of podcast. And Jenny said the following about the drone show. She has a program that some people listen to. But I could tell you that personally. Once or twice I listened to this woman, I realized she just spreading a lot of false stuff, a lot of misinformation, a lot of lies, a lot of rumors, and as though she's obsessed with Kijana Orlando Romain. Kijana Orlando Romain was a successful businessman before entering politics. In fact, he was more successful before entering the field of politics. And you go and check it out. He was doing business not only in Grenada, but with a number of regional countries in his field. Very successful. She's obsessed. But here it is. Jenny Simon made this pronouncement about the drone show. Because you know, and let me tell you, they will be doing the drone show again. All right? But this time around, they're passing it through the Ministry of Culture or so. And it appears as though, based on the contract that has been signed between the folks who are doing the show and the ministry, somebody within that circle, either the ministry or so, would have leaked certain information to certain individual. All right? So all this talk about information coming from so and somebody outside, nonsense, rubbish. All right? Somebody may have leaked the amount, the figure, and then it dawned on that idiot that this thing doesn't cost that much. It was properly negotiated, and it's not all the millions that you're talking about, but you spread all these rumors and all these lies and making people believe otherwise. And then now you're coming back and lick up your vomit, regurgitation.
500 drones are going to light up the sky. And I thought we were going to use fireworks to do so. But in addition to the fireworks, we're going to have 500 drones. And, well, and Simon says we have to do our investigation. So I did so. And I got some estimates of what might have cost us for the leasing of these 500 drones, the shipping and bringing the operation team to Grenada, which should have included at least 4 pilots, I was told, from a foreign drone company. The team should be at their destination at least 2 weeks before the show, and that involves airfare, room and board, food, transportation, etc., all that comes with it when you bring in people to do stuff. We all know about that. A conservative figure of $500,000 was estimated to me, which is like $1,335,500 EC dollars. Now, was that necessary? Yes, the show was magical. It was euphoric.
Right, hold on. So, hold on a bit. Because, look, this woman said a conservative figure is $500,000 and then she converted that into EC. But this is not facts. If you listen to what she said from the start, this is not facts. But she concluded there, was that necessary, implying that actually happened when that was not the case. So let's take it back again.
500 drones are going to light up the sky. And I thought we were going to use fireworks to do so. But in addition to the fireworks, we're going to have 500 drones. And, well, and Simon says we have to do our investigation.
Right. So she's saying that they did their investigation.
So I did so. And I got some estimates.
Right. And then she got some estimates. So you're doing an investigation, but you're not going with facts. An estimate, an estimated amount is not factual. It is not the exact amount. So that from day one is a red flag. All right? That's a red flag up front. How people listen to this woman, I wonder. So you did an investigation, but then you starting off with an estimate.
Of what might have cost us.
And then she goes on to say, of what might cost us. Might again, that's not fact. No, that's not fact. This thing is a guess thing. All right? So, estimate might.
For the leasing of these 500 drones.
For the listing, so might, what might have cost us for the listing of these 500 drones?
The shipping and bringing.
The shipping and bringing.
The operation team.
The operation team.
To Grenada.
To Grenada.
Which should include.
Which should include.
Should have included.
Which should have included.
At least 4 pilots.
At least 4 pilots. I was told. I was told. So again, opinion. I was told. So it's not fact. But she speaks as though she has the facts. And people running with all this misinformation.
From a foreign drone company, the team should be at the destination at least 2 weeks before the show. And that involves airfare, room and board, food, transportation, etc., etc. All that comes with it when you bring in people to do stuff. We all know about that. A conservative figure.
And then she goes on to say, a conservative figure. She doesn't know. She has no knowledge of that. She doesn't know. She doesn't have the facts. A conservative figure. So she cannot give you the figure. But a conservative figure. It's sad, boy.
Of $500,000 US was estimated to, which is like $1,335,500 EC dollars. Now, was that necessary?
And then she goes on to say she's using a conservative figure, and then she concludes now to say, well, was that necessary? All right. But here it is. So she concluded it's, because based on the estimate and the this and the that and conservative figure, what, 500,000 US dollars, and she converted in EC currency. And
yes, the show was magical. It was euphoric. It was enchanting. It was exhilarating. It was creative, to use some of the adjectives I heard and saw describing it. And indeed, it was all of those things, and maybe even more. It was. But there's a word called priority. And could we use screens to execute that presentation? You know the screens you put up and you have video and you show the same thing, only not the drones executing it, right? And what would have happened? A drop in the bucket when it came to our expenses for that event.
Right. So she's saying, based on the cost, but here it is. So she said that way before. That show was before. That piece I played for you, that was before. So yesterday, she did a program. And this is what she had to say on the drone show, and the same thing. All right? Yesterday. Listen what she had to say.
The lights, the fireworks. Why couldn't we get the costing for the drone show? The answer to the costing of the drone show. Folks, this one floored me.
Hold on. This one floored you? What she said? This one floored you? What was the word? Floored?
Folks, the costing for the drone show. The answer to the costing of the drone show. Folks, this one floored me.
This one, what's the word? Can anybody? Because I want this word. Is it floored me or fooled me? what really the people who are hearing? Can you tell me what she's actually saying? Because I don't know the word. Is it using the right context? When she say flowed, meaning that it capsized her, what I don't know what she's actually, because I'm missing it.
The lights, the firewood. Why couldn't we get the costing for the drone show? The answer to the costing of the drone show. Folks, this one floored me.
Oh, flowed. This one flowed me.
And not in the way you might think. Not in the way you might think. I have an update on the drone show. And no, it's not what we've been thinking all along. The thing is, we were led to believe that the drone show was tremendously expensive. So much so that the cost was hidden from us. And the more we talk about it, it's the quieter they get. So it's like, whoa. I mean, there even was a figure branded about. I've heard of 1.5 million. But it was always spoken of as being $1 million plus EC dollars, right? No one dispelled the rumor. So we're going along with it.
Right. So this woman is saying there was a rumor. Who created that rumor? Jenny, who created that rumor? Okay. You're on a podcast. You have a program. You have listeners. All right? And there's a rumor. People talking about these things. And you're going to take it and run with it and talk about it on your program as though it's fact. Something has to be wrong with people who listens to this woman's program. Something has to be wrong with you. So she's saying that no one came and dispel it. Who has to answer to you, Jenny? You on your program talking rubbish. Anybody have to come and answer to you or tell you, well, what you're saying is wrong? What's wrong with this?
I've heard of 1.5 million, but it was always spoken of as being $1 million plus EC dollars, right? No one dispelled the rumor. So we're going along with it. Whoa, the drone show cost us $1 million plus, right? Guess what? Monies spent on the drone show was not even close to 1.5 million. Now, somewhere in the world, somebody was looking at Simon Says outside of Grenada and sent me messages. So, of course, you have to do you get the messages. And Simon Says does her investigative journalism, right? The company Sky Elements out of Texas, USA, they supplied 500 drones. The technician, Philip, who operated the show, they brought 500 drones to Grenada at a cost of $150,000.
So this clown, right? Jenny, you're a damn clown, in my belief. You previously on a program that I just played, excerpts of, said, and let's go back to it. This woman is now saying that this thing didn't cost all this money, right? It's now 150,000 US dollars. Oh man, this thing is sickening. And these people are on a podcast. She's out there talking as though she has the facts, and she, this is what she said on some previous
100 drones are going to light up the sky. And I thought we were going to use fireworks to do so. But in addition to the fireworks, we're going to have 500 drones. And, on Simon Says we have to do our investigation. So I did some. And I got some estimates of what might have cost us for the leasing of these 500 drones, the shipping and bringing the operation team to Grenada, which should have included at least 4 pilots, I was told, from a foreign drone company. The team should be at the destination at least 2 weeks before the show, and that involves airfare, room and board, food, transportation, etc., etc. All that comes with it when you bring in people to do stuff. We all know about that. A conservative figure of $500,000 US was estimated to, which is like $1,335,500 EC dollars. Now, was that necessary?
Right. And then she says, was that necessary? So she concluded, right? All the rumors and all the, boy, it's amazing, So that was on a previous show. And then she comes back and lick up a vomit, regurgitation in full effect. And she says, I did my investigation and look, this thing didn't cost that much. It was just 150,000 US dollars. Oh, Lord. And there are people who are listening to this woman and who believes. There are people who believe what she says. There's a partner of mine. He believes everything this woman says. Because the hatred for Orlando Romaine or the hatred for the most honorable Deacon Mitchell, the hatred for this administration from these people, it is just obvious that they hate the fact that these young men and women could get it right. So all this accusation, all these lies, all this misinformation, all these rumors, that's what they do. And they, mind you, she would speak as though she knows, as though she has the facts, and as though she has the evidence. And come on. What is wrong with this woman? She's obsessed with Orlando Romaine. She's obsessed with Cindy Henry in Lotto. She's obsessed with Williams, or William, I think it's Williams, something, chairman of. She's just obsessed. In my belief, she's obsessed with these people. And the content of a show is lacking a lot. It's sad. It's sad. Very, very sad. Really, really sad. But there are people in this country and outside of Grenada who listen to this woman. They listen to her. And I really love, I want to know what, because you see, there are people who love sensationalism, they love gossip, they love rumors, they love TV, they love our kind of back and forth, and so they gravitate towards that kind of shit, that kind of nonsense, that kind of rubbish. But come on. 1 minute you're saying about I'm a conservative figure, 500,000 US, and then you come back and you now saying it was 150,000 US. Boy, I just don't know. I just don't know. There are Grenadians who would listen. And mind you, there are NDC supporters who would listen to this clown, to this political idiot. They're going to listen to her. And mind you, if you're outside of Grenada, more so, and you click on that woman's page, because her page is monetized. She making money out of it. So when you click and ads come up and pop up on while you're viewing, she makes money out of it. Money goes into the account. YouTube will pay her for that. It's monetized. So you don't understand. You're helping her to continue with that rubbish, with that nonsense. You're actually helping her. So you go click on this nonsense and you're helping the woman to make money out of you viewing and you, because it's monetized, right? Ads will pop up while you viewing her, and she gets money out of it. It's sad. Because some of you don't understand. That's how they make money on YouTube. Why you think she's not big on Facebook? I'm not making money out of this on Facebook or YouTube. My stuff is not monetized. No. But I'm only saying that to say to you, some of you are helping her. So you go, you view, and you click, and you, because you want to hear the TV and what she had to say, and what she, just rubbish, nonsense. But look at the content. It's hard to listen to. Very hard to listen to. And then it comes across to some of those people unsuspecting that it's fact, but it's not fact. Many times it comes from a rumor mill. It's rumors and hearsay and she say and them say. And she runs it on a program, making people believe that it's. And mind you, I can tell you, there are a lot of people who are compiling a lot of stuff that she said on previous programs, and they will take action legally. You hear me? Because it's not fair for one to just go on their platform and say anything about people because you have a mic in front of you and a camera rolling. And because you dislike the person or you hate the person or you vex, you did not remain in that party that won the election, so you're losing out. You vex that you were in the women's arm or whatever arm, and junior time NDC never won the election. But when you gone, the NDC won the election, and you upset, you uptight, things not happening for you the way it's supposed to, and you just bitter and angry and sour. It's not fair to people. No. But folks, I thought I should bring that to your attention. All right? And Lord, let's end on a positive note, everybody. Let us end on a positive note. All right? Oh boy, I tell you. NASA.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell participated in the inaugural Grenada China Trade and Investment Cooperation Forum, a significant event during his historic visit to the People's Republic of China, commemorating the 20th anniversary of diplomatic ties between both nations. Abigail McIntyre has more in this report.
This video is part of Grenada's presentation at the Grenada China Trade and Investment Cooperation Forum in Beijing this week, attended by key Chinese government and business officials. The Grenada delegation, led by Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, focused on the country's developmental targets, particularly in relation to Vision 75 and Grenada's commitment to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. China expressed its willingness to align development strategies with Grenada and expand cooperation in crucial areas such as tourism and hospitality, health and wellness, agriculture and agro-processing, renewable energy, including geothermal, offshore wind and solar opportunities, infrastructure development, ICT, and education. In his address to the forum, Prime Minister Mitchell emphasized that Grenada is not merely a tropical paradise, but a nation rich in untapped potential. He invited visionary investors to partner with Grenada in pursuit of economic growth, sustainable development, and shared prosperity.
Grenada is fully committed to creating an enabling environment for investment. The relationship between Grenada and China is built on mutual respect, trust, and shared aspirations. and the success of our bilateral relationship serves as a foundation for even greater collaboration in the future. And this forum is a practical example of this. Yesterday we signed 13 cooperation agreements with the government of China. Many of them relate specifically to encouraging unimpeded trade, to encouraging economic development, to encouraging the growth of our respective business sectors. And so we urge you, I urge my Grenadian team to make sure that when we come out of this forum, we would have strengthened the opportunities for continued growth and mutual development of our respective business sectors.
Grenada's ambassador to China, His Excellency Ian Marshall, delivered a presentation at the Investment Forum outlining the numerous investment opportunities and possibilities in Grenada. He highlighted Project Polaris, a significant investment opportunity. Project Polaris is an 84-acre state-of-the-art medical village located in St. David's, the constituency of Prime Minister Mitchell. This initiative aligns with Vision 75, aiming to address major health challenges while positioning Grenada as a regional hub for medical tourism and research.
This 84-acre medical city is set to revolutionize healthcare, education, and tourism, not just in Grenada, but across the OECS. At the core of this transformation is the new state-of-the-art smart research hospital, designed with patient-centered care and community engagement in mind. It will provide value-based specialist care, innovation healthcare solutions, industry-leading medical training, and cutting-edge research. From advanced medical oncology and reconstructive plastic surgery to physical therapy, fertility treatment, stem cell therapy, and more, the medical complex and annex will offer a wide range of specialized services, ensuring comprehensive care for all.
Grenada China Investment Forum was facilitated by the China International Supply Chain Expo and the China Council for the Promotion of International Trade. China has a major trade sector, earning it the title of one of the fastest growing economies in the world. The Dickon Mitchell-led government is aligning itself with this progress, placing Grenada in a favorable position for investment and trade opportunities.
Thank you very much there, Abigail McIntyre. Very nice piece. So, folks, while the NNP and them doing their stupidness, the government is trying to bring investment and bring opportunities for our people. And I really love it. Folks, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back with you on Sunday again, starting from 1 in the p.m.